Hi Flosstube, it's Elisa with E, Crafting in Colorado. Today is August 5th and this 2022 and this is going to be my Flosstube anniversary number 1. Whoop whoop, whoop whoop. Super excited about this, that you'll have been with me for a year and I've really enjoyed this past year, getting to know different ones and sharing our projects and learning from each other and the enabling that's been going on with us. It's been awesome. I've gotten a lot of new followers lately. I just reached 800 subscribers yesterday, and I never thought that anybody besides just a few would follow me because, you know, my world, nobody talks about cross stitch and they really think that I'm crazy to have all of this, and why would I want to do that? So yeah, it's been really fun, and I appreciate it. And I was super excited a few weeks ago. I had some superstar Flosstubers start following me on Instagram. One, Stitching Jules, which, shoot, I've been a fan of Stitching Jules since day one. We're in the same state, so that's kind of cool. I don't think we live far from each other. And then the other one is Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. Oh my goodness, Vanna Pfeiffer is following me. I was so excited. So thank you, ladies. You made my day. Truly made my day when I saw that. When I started doing this, I only had 12 projects, and I really had reached trying to get 12 projects because in 2021 I was doing the no new starts. And once that ended, my crafting / stitching exploded, and I started a ton of new things in late December, early January, and I'm now up to 20. I will be up to 21 projects. And on my first Flosstube, I said, I don't want to be a crazy stitcher who has 50 projects. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be a crazy stitcher with 50 projects because of all the enabling that you do, and it's just been fun. I think the hunt for the patterns, for the kits, the kitting up, and then the collecting of all of this, that's as much of this hobby as anything else. So yeah, so let's get into this. I'm gonna have it as a WIP parade. I've never done a WIP parade before, so I thought it would be good to start with everything that I have, and we'll go from there. So, as always, I start with my focus piece, Birds in Bloom by Amy Stewart, which is a HAED. And I'm going to try to put on each of these what the project will look like, and if I was working on this project at the beginning of the year, what it looked like at the beginning of the year and where it is now, so you can see some real progress on these. So here we are. Here is Birds in Bloom. I don't really think I got much accomplished since I last showed this to you. Life has been a little crazy and I haven't been able to stitch much lately, but I'm now on this piece 87.78%. So here we are. We're coming up to the top of that fence, so that's the last of these fence posts that were coming along. And yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a ride. I've kind of lost my stitchy bug a little, and I'll share with what some of the things that are happening at the end of this, but I just haven't been able to focus on this at all. So there we are, 87.78% is where we are on this. So I was hoping to have this finished by November of this year with some of the things that are going on. I'm just trying to maintain a certain average numbers of stitches per month, and I've not been meeting that lately. And so, I don't know. We'll see if I even finish this year. So, oh, I forgot to say. Let me pull this back up. Okay, here's what the project will look like when it's done. Okay, let's do this again. Here's what it looks like now. And let me get it all in here. I hope you can see all that. And here's where it was in January. Or not January, in August. In August of last year, in my first Flosstube. So you can see there's been quite a bit of difference there. So, yeah. I don't even think I was 50% complete on this. I know I wasn't 50% complete. So we've made a lot of progress on this project in the last year. So we'll see how that goes. All right, next one is Kuruja by Sandra Kochi. I got this off of Etsy. Here's what the project will look like when it's done. And here's where we are now. So it's this giant bird with all these different designs within it. And we'll add a picture here on, let me see if I can, this is what the project looked like last year. And look at, I just noticed that my needle minder's upside down with this little dog. Let me take this little guy off of here. Look at my needle magnet on the other side. Okay, here we go. There we go. So I think I said in one of my videos I started to do this extreme cross country with the black because that's the majority of what the colors are in this, and then I stopped and wanted to just fill this in. So I haven't been able to do a lot on this project, so it's slow going. I don't know if I'll ever hang this in my house, but it's a fun one to stitch. So, okay, next one is mini evergreen. I have a mini evening and a mini evergreen, so I get those two mixed up a lot. So mini evergreen, this is what the project will look like when it's done. And here's where she is now. So she's this real pretty girl with her pretty hat. And let me try to slide over here so this is where we are now. We are at 42.29% complete. And here's where she was at the last year. So I was a little worried about her face coming in. If you've been with me a while, you'll know that. She was kind of creepy, but we kept going with it, and yeah, she's looking okay. It looks better farther away than it does up close because this is the mini, and so you can kind of see here, there it's a little blotchy, kind of weird looking. And you know, when you look at her eyes, you'd think that there's some white, but there's not, none at all. So that had me thrown off a bit when I was stitching this. So I think I only worked on this a few times last year too. It's not a real focus piece. So okay, this one is Mini Evening by Leonid Afremov, which is also a HAED. This is what the project will look like when it's done. And here's where we are now. On this one, I am at 18.51%. And this is what the project looked like last year. So didn't make a huge amount of progress from what I can remember. I didn't go back and look. I just, yeah, so just kind of filling in those trees, doing the street light. But yeah, this is a fun one. I would love to hang this in my house. This would be a nice one to definitely hang in my house. That's the problem with this too, is I'm doing all these large HAEDs. I don't have enough wall space. We live in a tiny house. I don't have a lot of wall space to put this stuff, so I'll have to do a collage of pictures, which is something I would love to do down here in my craft room. I have several that have been framed and done. I just haven't. A year just before I started Flosstube, I finished painting and new carpet and everything down here, and so I don't really want to hammer a lot of holes in the wall all over. So I just ordered some not picture shelves. I guess they are picture shelves, so that you can change them around. So that's something my husband and I need to work on. So something to look forward to, so I can start seeing what I've stitched. So yeah, because the only one you guys have really ever stitched, which I don't think I've ever said, is this one right here. That's a Dimensions, and that's, oh, I can't remember the name of it. Parisian bicycle, maybe, I can't remember. But yeah, and that one was a booger with the it was a booger with the back stitching, so I was glad that one was done. Okay, going on to my next one here, and this is also a HAED. This is Peacock Daisy. This project is, or this pattern is no longer on the HAED site. This is what the project will look like when it's done. And here's where we are now. So I can't even remember when I started this. I should have written that down, but I didn't have this one started. I started this early at the beginning of the year. That's what it was. I started this, and one of my new starts, I am stitching this with the Keystone Stitcher. And so we're doing a little sow on this one, and this is a massive piece. It's one of my biggest ones. So I am only at 1.1%. And she recently, the Keystone Stitcher, recently posted hers, and Elle, did you say you were going to restart this? I can't remember if that's what you said or not, because you had restarted a few, but I couldn't remember if this was one of them. So I was paying attention, but I don't have a very good memory. So, okay. This next one I started, this was my New Year, New Start. It's called Quick Stitch Sleep Time. It's also a HAED by Ciro Marchetti. This is what the project will look like. And here's where we are now. I don't think it's changed since I showed it to you the last time. At 3.97%. So here you can see the dog's head, one of the arms to the rocking chair, and the other arm to the rocking chair, and his two little eyes. So yeah, this will be a nice one when it's done. I am doing this as a sal with the Rocking Stitcher Jemima and Yantina Stitches. So yeah, we started this all together January 1st. first. So this one is very special to me. Okay, another one I started in the beginning of the year. This one is by Artecy. It's called Spring's Renewal by Mark Kethley. And here's what the project will look like when it's done. And here's where we are now. So I just recently showed this on my last video, my last update, and there's been no changes to this. I'm at 5.02%. So I was trying to do 2 by 2 squares. I think I'm going to continue with that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I found that from, let me think, her name, DMX Vortex. DMS Vortex. I think her name is Debbie. But yeah, she does 2 by 2 squares. That's what it is. 2 by 2 squares. And but now I don't know. I'm just all over the place with how I want to stitch things. So there's been so many different ways and options anymore. It's kind of fun to try things out. Different. Okay, this one I have a loose needle here. This one is called Red is Ravishing. It's also an Artecy piece. This is what the project will look like when it's done. And again, I didn't have any changes to this since the last time I showed you. So yeah, this one, oh, the artwork is by Peggy Davis, and I am 6% done, right at 6% done on this. So I really like this one too. I like the whimsical style to it. So, okay. All right, next one here is Mini Little Puppy. Is it Mini Little Puppy or Mini Puppy? One of those. It's also a HAED. It's by Cindy Nielsen. This is what the project will look like. And I started this year also. I had to think about that for a sec. And here's where we are now. And it's hard for you to see because this hasn't changed since the last time I showed this either. I have a lot of these like this. So I started in these columns and then I worked my way up. You can kind of see how we slowly worked our way up. And this is the dog's top of his head, or the side of his head now. And this is all gonna show. So yeah, I'm looking, you know, I've really been wanting to work on different projects. That Birds in Bloom, I'm just getting a little burnt out of it and not always wanting to work on it. So it's do I finish it or do I just work on it as I need to? I really wanted to get it done by the end of this year, but the way this year is going, not sure. Not quite sure. We'll see how that works out. So I need a little sip of water. Okay, so, and let me flip pages. This is another one that I recently started within the last few months. This is Love Letters Chocolate Shop. It's an Amy Stewart. This is what it's gonna look like. And I'm doing this with a bunch of other people who are doing that Anything Amy Sal. So there's a lot working on this, and I don't have much done on this. I mean, that's nothing. let's see, this is only 0.22%. So not even a, a quarter of a percent. So, yep, nothing really to look at there. So, all right. So those are all of my patterns that I have on Pattern Keeper, my electronic projects that I'm using Pattern Keeper for. Those are what I have, and I didn't put them in any specific order. They're just in order of how I have them listed in my Pattern Keeper. So these next ones are basically kits, or maybe something that I bought off Etsy that doesn't work with Pattern Keeper. So this first one here is Dimensions Gold, My Little Sunshine, this cute little girl with her blue dress and her little flowers. And I just showed this one on my last video also. So there's been nothing done. So here we go. That's it. This little, I think it's a door, this background, I think. Or if for those of you who knew paneling back in the day, it could be paneling, right? But I'm gonna say it's a door. And then here's the top of her hat and just some little flowers. So, yep. All right, so there's that one. I was hoping to have this one finished this year, and I don't think I will. This one is called Into the Light. This tiger piece that I was working for my husband. Really a cool picture. And I have made some progress, not a ton. So this is the bottom of this, of the pattern here. And I've just basically have, let's see, let's put this back here. You can see I just have that little bit right in there left to do. And then I'm gonna start over up here and work my way down. So, and I haven't done any of the back stitch on this yet. So, I love his blue eyes. I'm calling this tiger a him. He just looks like a him to me. Yeah, I love his blue eyes. I think that's what makes this piece, is those eyes. So, okay. This is a little needlepoint project that I've been working on off and on. It's also Dimensions, called Red Poppy. Okay. And here's where we are now on this one. So, yeah, I like working on these. So, and you know, it's so funny. You think, oh, this won't take me any time to do it at all. I'll get it done. And then you're like, don't you all wish that stitching was a faster hobby than it is sometimes? I sure do. Yeah, because you want to stitch everything, but you just don't have the time, or it takes longer than what you initially anticipate. So here's another little one that I got off of Etsy. It's Holly Hobby, because I was a 70s girl and I had a Holly Hobby bedspread. So this just brought back a lot of memories, you know, a lot of good memories. So yeah, she's cute. And here we are on this one. This is just, I think it's a Fiddler's Ada that I'm working on. And I tried gridding this with fishing line, and I will never do that again. I don't care for it. And so here, these are her little curls here, and I think that's part of her hand. Yeah, so this is her little hand here. So, and I think these are some of the stems. Is that what it is? No, it's the little tie for her bonnet. that came down here, because you can kind of see that on her dress. So I really would like to get this done soon, but I don't foresee that happening. So it's a good one to take on the go-to. So this is my only project that I have not gridded. Yeah, who'd have thought? Actually, I gotta take that back now. I found an old one going through my stash dive, and so I used to not grid, but now because I'm old, I do. So, so this is the only Mill Hill project that I'm currently working on. Buttons and beads, honeybee. I was hoping to have this finished this last spring, and yep, we're coming to the middle of summer, so that obviously didn't happen either. But here's where we are now. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this, so I'm looking forward to getting back to this one again. So yeah, buttons and beads, Mill Hill. And I don't know if next time, my next Mill Hill, if I'll try doing this perforated paper again, or if I'll do it on a fabric. You know, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay. Here's another little Dimensions Gold Petites. This is a Kiss for a Snowman, or Kiss for Snowman. Doing this as a Sal with Stitching Moon and my friend Wendy, and we have a hashtag that will probably expire by the time I finish this. It's called Kiss for Snowman 22 on Instagram. If any of you would like to join us, we'd be happy to have you. So, and here's where we are here. So yeah, I like to start in the top left corner, and so that he's just starting to get the little girl's mitten there, and his little face. Stitched a little of those. You kind of see the white on there, and his little hat with his little pom pom at the top. So yeah, I like this. This will be really cute when it's all done, said and done. All right, this next one is, I got this also off of Etsy. It's called Ottoman Tiles, and I'm doing this a lot different than what this looks like. I am stitching the entire thing as a rectangle. I'm filling in all of these empty little triangles, and all of the orange areas I am going to be stitching those in teal. And I haven't touched this in a few months either. So here's where I am here. Yep, haven't touched it. So, yep, that's it. This has been an enjoyable piece. I was rethinking on if I would start this over again. I'm doing this. This is 20 count Aida, 2/1 full cross, and I've seen some others stitching this, and it looked like they were doing 1/1, and I don't know their fabric count, so it looked a lot more delicate than what mine is. But you know what, this has really good coverage. You know, this is 939, DMC 939, and you can't see the fabric in that at all. So that looks really nice there. So here's where we are on that one. Okay, this is, I also got this off Etsy, but I can't remember who I got. It's an Elisa kit. This is just in Russian, and we call this Tulips. Really pretty. And I'm just over a quarter of the way done on this one. Again, I haven't worked on this in a while, and I'd like to. Yeah. You know, and this it's surprising. It doesn't look like it, but it does have some really nice big blocks of color on here. So it's a simple stitch. It's not hard at all. So that's a nice one. And this is 14 count Aida, so I don't hardly ever stitch on 14 count Aida. And now that I say that and I look at the next one that's coming up, guess what it is? 14 count Aida, hey! But this is one I found that I didn't realize I had when I was going through my stash dive. So this is a JP or J&P Coats project, and the name of this is The Pleasures of Spring. And this is one of my oldest WIPs that I forgot I even had. Yep. So I need to get cracking on this, don't I? Because this thing is probably over 20 years old. So here we are on this. It shows you it's over 20 years because I don't use masking tape anymore. So yeah, that'll be pretty. Really nice. Okay. And the last one, I'm sorry, I'm really dry. I've been on the phone a lot today. This is my last WIP. I was hoping to have this done for my WIP parade, but needless to say, I didn't. I will finish it tonight. It's Artecy, Earth Laughs and Flowers. And I didn't put the words Earth Laughs and Flowers on this. And I have such a little amount left to do. It's just filling in this little flower, and then the back stitch of these three over here, and then the outline. That's gonna be it. And this little one will be done. This will be my second finish for 2022. So I'm not normally a fluorescent green fabric person. I just used what came with the kit, but yeah. So that's that one. And I'm going to be starting another one very soon, probably within the next week or so. Stitching Jules on one of her last, I don't think it was the one she posted yesterday, but a week ago, she put out a call to any Flosstubers who have small channels and would like to stitch one of her projects. She'd work with us on that. And so I picked one, and I'm really excited about this. This is called, because Stitching Jules does a lot of, what's the one color? Monotone? No. Where it's one color. It's usually black, and they're awesome. Oh man, they're so cool. She's got this little dog one, and she's got a lioness, and the guy's on the, anyway, you have to go check her out. I'm gonna link her below. But this is the one that I'm gonna be starting here soon. It's called Swinging Girl. Yeah, so I'm gonna start this real soon. I had a scrap of fabric that is gonna fit perfect for this. I think I have all but 3 colors for this, so this is mostly kitted up. I will be stitching this or starting this very soon. Yeah, really soon. I'm gonna start this as a memory piece for myself. So this is gonna have a lot of emotions to it, but I'm gonna look forward to having this one started. Yeah, it's only 170 by 90, so it's only 15,300. Yeah, 15,300 stitches in this. So really looking forward to trying that. So, and working with Jules. she's awesome. So anyway, if you haven't seen her on Flosstube, check her out, as well as check out her shop. So, okay, so those are all of my WIPs that I've had for the last year. I didn't, my one tiny little truck that's this big, I didn't pull that in. But I wanted to do a giveaway to thank you all for watching me this last year. I'm gonna have 3 giveaways, and the big one will be for either HAED, if you want to have a HAED sent to you, or something off of Etsy. Let me know. Let's, in your comments, put in there, since I love full coverage pieces, put something in there about full coverage, and we'll choose someone from that. The other thing that I have, and I've had this for a while, and I've seen other Flosstubers where they have had these signs kind of in their background, and these signs are supposed to be for a bathroom, for flossing your teeth. Well, I couldn't find the ones that they had. I couldn't find it anywhere in the stores, and I didn't care for them. So I went out and I bought this. And this is not done. I was going to decorate this myself. So you can either paint this, you can paint this. This is metal. You can decoupage on this, put a fabric on here, or scrapbook paper, because I tried to figure out a scrapbook paper. This is too long for a 12 by 12 page. So I found some different gift wrapping paper, if you wanted to put that on here. And then these letters, I just bought these letters, the floss. You can paint these and put a magnet to them. So here's one option. If you want, if you're interested, fine. If you're not, ooh, now that I'm looking at this, look at this. Wouldn't this be cute right here, like that? And then to put a little, oh yeah, hey, look at that. That'd be awesome. Put floss. You could put magnets on them. You can glue them, and then you could put a little piece right next to that. Wouldn't that be cute? So I will send this to you if you want it. So in your comments, put DIY floss. Okay, this would be fun. I initially had bought this so that you could put a magnet up here, or put magnets on these letters and this thing. Okay, so after I bought that, the following week, guess what I found? On clearance, floss. This is the one I originally wanted. So, but I want to give this away. So let's do, this is a more clean look. So let's talk about how you're gonna clean your floss. I don't know. So a clean or white floss, how about that? Don't put giveaway, you know all the rules. So you got this one, this floss, or you got this floss. And yeah, a DIY floss, okay, from my crafty stitchers out there. And now that I think about this, that would be really fun to do something right here next to that, okay? So 3 options. You got an option for a piece on either Heaven and Earth or Etsy. Please use the word words, full coverage, or you can have DIY floss or clean floss, okay? We all want to have our floss clean when we're stitching, right? So, okay, so that's it for the stitching stuff. I'll go into a little bit of a life update. So if you're not interested, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate all of you who've watched and have hung it out with me with my craziness and my laughing and giggling, and I hope you have as much fun as I have. So thank you very much for joining me. Going into life update. Things are not going well around here, so I've really lost my stitchy bug for a little while. I think it'll just be a short time. I met with a surgeon yesterday. I do need to have surgery. I have a large mass above my breast. It's not on my breast, it's above it. So about from the collar back to underneath my armpit. It's 5 inches long. They do not believe it's cancer at this time. They don't believe it's to be cancerous. They believe it's a lipoma, but they're still not sure. So she will be meeting with her team, her experts, next week to discuss best route on how to proceed, and we'll go from there. This surgery is going to depend on what I'm next going to talk about. I'm going to prolong the surgery for a little while because my father is not doing well. Let's just put it that way. He has decided to go off his dialysis. Okay, give me a second. He has decided to go off of his dialysis, which means that he has days left to be with us. Literally days. They said the max, maybe 2 weeks max. So I've been spending a lot of time at the nursing home that he's been in. His health has been declining since he went in. He went in initially a month ago. He had emergency surgery for a pacemaker. That went well. That was no problem. His heart's still beating to the drum, you know. But he has been a very sick man for years, and his body's pooping out. So he has, his kidneys are just not working anymore. He's got other issues. He lost a limb, one of his legs, due to diabetes a few years ago, and it's not easy for him to even sit up in bed. So the last 2 times that I've gone to see him, he hasn't even been awake. So he's been a great father. We have had a great support system, and our family is a family of strong faith. So I know deep in my heart that I will see him again. I know it. And the last time he and I had a private talk, hold on, he said, I just want to, I want to be a good example for my family. And so Pop, we call him Pop. The grandkids all call him Pop. Pop, I know you're not going to be able to see this, but you were. You were a great example to all of us, and we're going to miss you. And we all love you very much. So, it's been a little difficult, to say the least. Got a lot going on emotionally, so my stitching is just not there. Just not there at all. And today is the one day I'm not going to go over to the nursing home. I'm just taking a break. And in fact, we have so many coming to visit that I have gotten a calendar, one of those Google calendars that we set up so that everybody knows who's coming when, because our friends and different loved ones are calling to say, hey, can I come at this time? Can we stop by at this time? So I've got a great support system, and I'm not worried about him anymore. So it's going to be hard to say goodbye, but now my worries are with my mom, because she has been his caregiver for 50 years. So, yeah, so funny story. He got diabetes when my mother was pregnant with me. In fact, they went to the hospital and they were getting out. Here she is, big pregnant lady, you know. So they get out, and back in the day when they run out with their wheelchairs to put the sick one in the wheelchair and wheel him back in, they plopped her in the wheelchair and was running inside, and she's like, no, it's not for me, it's for him. so we have a lot of good stories like that. We've been trying to stay positive. In fact, my dad loves his family. He loves having them around, and we were all there on Wednesday night, all of us, to kind of discuss next steps and whatnot. And we were laughing and crying, and there's Dad in his little bed sleeping, as he always would, but that's what he liked. He liked to have his family around him. So anyway, I'm gonna add a few little pictures just so that you could see what a great dad he was, and to see the legacy that he's leaving behind. Yeah, he's got a great legacy. He's been a great example, and Dad, I know we'll see you again. So, thank you, Flosstube. I just needed to, I needed to share that, and sorry for the blubbering. I'm just, yeah, sorry. But, again, I appreciate all of you, and thank you for spending your time with me today, and, not sure when my next update will be, so we'll just kind of wing it from here. So, hope you all are safe. Hope you all are doing well. And we'll talk soon. Bye, Flosstube.